G'day everyone and welcome to my coverage of the 2024 Easter Model Railway Exhibition presented by the Yarra Valley Model Railway Club. This exhibition was held over March 30th and 31st at the Community Bank Stadium in Diamond Creek, about 40 minutes from the Melbourne CBD. This video and other exhibition reports on this channel are made possible by the Patreons on Patreon. And if you are interested in gaining early access to videos while supporting their production, head over to my Patreon linked in the description. And of course, if you are new here, don't forget to be subscribed so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos as they do come out quite regularly. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all the layouts and traders that were on display at this wonderful exhibition, starting with the LEGO display. The Melbourne L-Gauge Train Club is a team of dedicated LEGO and train fans that are committed to designing, building and presenting some of the largest and most amazing LEGO train layouts in the Southern Hemisphere. Each of their members spends countless hours creating and contributing to the layout, including but not limited to buildings, bridges, landmarks, dioramas and of course the brick-built trains and rolling stock. When they put it all together, they create and innovate detailed layouts that will amaze dedicated LEGO and train fans all around Victoria.
I don't know.
Melton Model Railway Station. A scale replica of the Melton Model Railway Station precinct, with the focus of the railway station set in the eras from the 1970s and 80s. The station was originally built as Lenore, a township near Caniva, and relocated to Melton South in 1898. The station was a unique design, and it's the only one of its kind remaining in Australia today. It was built to scale by members of the Melton Model Railway Club.
It's that point, I reckon.
Weekend, baby.
Great, can't use any of this audio. Deary me.
Railways of Japan from the Australian Japanese Model Railway Group, who presented their J-Track modular display, the fascinating world of Japanese model trains, from historic steam through to diesel, electric and most modern bullet trains. As well as that, they also showed tourist railways and tramways depicting the beautiful countryside, rural and the hustle and bustle of modern cities. Micro Madness were there, showcasing model railway displays that you can have in your home in various small gauges like 009 and NN3.
I haven't got my Osride beanie on.
That's correct. Oh wait, or was it?
Dungog is in New South Wales, just north of Newcastle. It was originally built and conceived by the North Shore Modelers Association and was meticulously crafted to capture the essence of Dungog. Featuring the region's landscape, the layout initially showcased vintage and modern trains, winding through the carefully designed terrain. All of which underscores the dedication of its creators throughout its impressive 30-year lifespan. Under its new ownership, the layout has undergone substantial enhancements, including updating all the scenery, replacing electronics, and the implementing of CTC signal control system based on 80s and 90s technology with the rolling stock to match. These improvements not only underscore the commitment to preserving this layout's original charm, but also introduce a modern operational touch. The layout has been revitalised for the exhibition circuit, so a broader audience has the opportunity to appreciate the intricate details and nostalgic representation of the modern Dungog landscape.
Are you just going round 7, yeah?
Yeah, round 7.
Stand by. That's a south departure, isn't it?
Yep, like it's already gone.
Again?
A layout that is very familiar to the channel is Crosby Stevens, although this time it was a little bit different. Crosby Stevens is part of the LMS mainline from Settle to Carlisle, set in the 1920s and 30s, and is a tribute to the builder's skills. Elements from stations of Crosby, Garrett and Kirby Stevens have been combined to create the station area, and many of the buildings on the layout are scratch built, mostly in card, and conform to those built by the railway and to those found in this area of northern England. Originally built by Kevin Schultz in the 1980s, this layout has been preserved and operated by the Sunbury Model Railway Club. However, this time the layout was set, well, a little bit different. It was set on the island of Sodor. And it was great to see Thomas and all his friends running around the layout, something a little bit different, as opposed to the traditional way Thomas is displayed.
Tell me about it.
Hillsville is a layout designed around the Yarra Ranges town of Yarra Glen and Hillsville from the 1950s to the 1980s. This layout is a point-to-point operation depicting the branch line from the Lilydale side of Yarra Glen to Hillsville. Hillsville is continually being developed with scenery and new buildings and can be operated by 2 or 3 people and have multiple train movements happening at any one time.
Real trouble. Real good trouble. I should go back there, right? Yeah. She's supposed to be on the scene. She's here for 5 minutes yesterday. Yeah. So it's been a good one. I got one. Good trick.
You like that?
The slip coach.
Okay, the slip coach.
O-scale layout 1890 Fishmarket. The second Melbourne Fishmarket was built in 1890 to replace the existing fish and produce market on the corner of Flinders and Swanson Street. The imposing structure was built in the Victorian eclectic style, with clock towers, turrets and copper-covered spires, and related buildings stretched down to the riverfront where fresh produce and seafood could be loaded and unloaded. It was, however, demolished in the late 1950s. The market was serviced by a rail siding from Spencer Street Yard, which crossed Flinders Street under the viaduct and entered the building on the corner of Flinders and Spencer Street. The layout with the smallest footprint at the exhibition was Big Valley Meats in HO scale, a micro layout depicting a small industry on the Victorian railway system, set in the 1970s. It uses a number of space-saving methods to adhere to the definition of a micro layout, which is a scenic section of less than 4 square feet. The architecture on this layout was all scratch-built, using commonly available raw materials from a model shop, and the lighting and back scene that complete this wonderful display.
What are the new owners?
Yeah.
There were some dioramas and a layout behind Lyndon's train stand that featured a Queensland Railways O-scale Bayer Garrett, Cane by Train, a micro layout using set track and located in the cane fields of northern Queensland, and Cake Mountain, which is a micro layout that was inspired by the rocks sitting out of the water of Sydney Harbour. As well as that, there was also Herbert River. Set in the beautiful northern reaches of Queensland, this layout is inspired by the actual cane tramway crossing the Herbert River, which is located halfway between Townsville and Cairns. It depicts the famous characteristics of Queensland's narrow gauge sugar cane railways that have hauled from fields and factory for over 100 years. The layout is HO scale, narrow gauge, and is constructed over 3 modules. I was there with my stand, but next to it was FreeM009. For the first time, we displayed FreeM009, which is an interactive modular model railway system featuring a narrow gauge design with a captivating Welsh theme. This is its debut in Australia, and this was our opportunity to show everyone the system's unique features. There will be more soon coming about FreeM009, but if you do want to find out more, you can head over to my website to have a look at the standard.
Yeah. Yeah, we're keen. So we're from we'll be at showgrounds, and hopefully have a few more modules. Obviously, I haven't seen it before and work through it. Keen to build like a little one like this though. How you doing?
Cinnamon Port is a freelance ON18 narrow gauge layout inspired by historic images of Ceylon, which is modern day Sri Lanka, from the early 1900s until independence from the British in 1948. The scene combines indigenous architecture, climate and geography of the island, along with the influence of the Portuguese, Dutch and British during their respective colonial periods. The historic images that inspired this layout are mainly of Colombo and the canal region of Negumbo Lagoon. The point-to-point railway skirts a canal and passes a variety of warehouses, reflecting the many industries of the day. These include cinnamon and spice production, rubber processing, coconut and core rope manufacturing, and of course the famous Ceylon tea. The little 18-inch gauge railway locomotives transfer freight and passengers from point to point, highlighting a variety of cameo scenes and structures along the way. Daraby is an O-scale layout based mainly on the British Great Western practice. It's point-to-point shunting in a setting of stone retaining walls and a hint of English countryside, featuring both steam and diesel. Based in the 1940s to the 1960s.
You're right.
Joining the Mars Models stand was an end-to-end HO scale layout showcasing Melbourne's trams. The layout is based on a typical Melbourne street, featuring a range of trams from the past to the current day E-Class tram. The model trams are 3D printed and are available for purchase in kit form, along with a number of limited ready-to-run models. Now there were a couple of other small layouts there that unfortunately I just didn't get time to film. And they were Oscar's N-Scale Trains, 1950s Markland, the Victorian N-Scale Collective T-Track, the Valley, Yarra Glen and Leafy Bay. Now with all those wonderful exhibition layouts on display, you also had a very large amount of retailers and manufacturers. And those were SDS Models, Rail Motor Models, RW Hobby, Jonas Creations, Along the Tracks, Australian Aviation and Railway Photography, Darren's Pre-Loved Trains, Matt's Ballast, Railway Coins, K&L Models, Fortress Trains, Euro Hobby Trains, Junction Models all the way from South Australia, Barry's Boxes, Blue and Gold, Broad Gauge Models, Custom Mugs, Train World, Scale Workshops, Veteran Models, San Mateo Signals, Victorian Railways History Library, Trackside Models also from South Australia, and who are also offering a 10% off discount code which can be found in the description below. On-Track Models, IDR Models, Bills Boards, Southern Cross Railway Hobbies, a second-hand stand, Roundhouse Boxes, Lyndon's Trains, Gopher Models and Ixon Models, Magna Rail Oz, Mars Models, George's Pre-Loved Trains, Paul's 3D, the Victorian Model Railway Society, and I also had a trade stand there with Australian Model Railway trees and of course my merchandise. So all in all, another fantastic exhibition presented by the Yarra Valley Model Railway Club. And if you are interested in coming along next year, it'll be back on over the Easter long weekend here in Melbourne. And frankly, I think it's one worth travelling for if you are planning on making a bit of a weekend away. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this presentation and thank you so much for watching. If you have any feedback, please leave it in the comments below. And we'll see you all again soon. Hooroo!